r/rules horror. Posted by u/sensitive bull. I was given a strange list of rules for the graveyard shift. I wish I had listened. So, James, we have a question for you. The corporate representative stated. Yes? I replied, nervously sipping on my glass of water. Well, our only available employee needs his shift covered tonight. My boss explained, sounding incredibly nervous. MHM. I replied while nodding my head. Why was I called into a tense meeting just to get asked to cover someone's shift? Well, we are prepared to grant you $45 an hour to cover his graveyard shift. The corporate representative explained. I nearly spat out my water. I'm sorry. Did you say $45 an hour? I asked with a nervous chuckle. Yes, but it obviously comes with some downsides. My boss stated. Like what? I asked. The downsides must be pretty damn bad for them to do all this. Well, why don't we just give you this paper and you can sign it if you want? The corporate representative spoke before handing me a thick packet of paper with a pen. The corporate representative and my boss left the room. I brought the packet closer to me and flipped through it to find out it was 232 pages in total. I flipped to the second page and was greeted with a list of rules. 1. Do not go into the janitorial closet. 2. Please, do not go into the janitorial closet. 3. Under absolutely no circumstances are you to go into the janitorial closet. 4. Do not go into the janitorial closet. 5. The janitorial closet is 100% off limits. What the fuck? I muttered. Whatever, maybe they just have some sketchy shit they don't want anybody seeing, it seems worth the money to me. I picked up the pen and signed my name on the paper. I checked the time, it was 11:46 p.m. After working at this shitty grocery store for years now, I was aware that the graveyard shift started in only 14 minutes. I was incredibly exhausted from the double I had just worked, but I very much needed the money. Suddenly, my boss opened the door and came inside. She walked over to the desk and picked up the paper. She examined it carefully, and then smiled. Thank you. You made the right decision, she stated in a giddy tone. Wait, I shouted. She stopped and turned around. What's up with the janitorial closet? I asked. I am not authorized to comment on that, she stated before walking away. I got up and started my shift. I stood behind the register, bored out of my mind and isolated. I was the only employee working. After an hour of total boredom, my mind began to wander. What is in that closet? My mind desperately craved to know the answer. Come on, get yourself together. Follow the only rule they gave you. Before I knew it, I was headed in the direction of the closet, almost involuntarily. As I got closer to the closet, a strange and tantalizing humming sound began, becoming louder each step I took. Upon reaching the closet, the humming had become incredibly loud, almost deafening, but I still couldn't turn away. I stood and watched the closed door in awe as mysterious colors glowed and danced through the door's cracks, as if it were calling me. Eventually, the curiosity was too much to bear. I lifted up my arm and swung the door open at once, revealing the horrifying yet tempting scene in front of me. It was a large ball, swirling and pulsating with life and colors. I reached out to touch it when the trap revealed itself. The ball began to swirl rapidly, turning into a slimy gray color. The once mystical sound had now become horrifying and gut-wrenching. Large tentacles shot out of the center, grabbing and pulling me into it. I screamed for help as I was pulled through the ball, and out the other side, leading into the place of nightmares. I fell to the ground with a thud. I looked around. I was in an entirely gray wasteland, surrounded by menacing silhouettes. Severe fear and paranoia washed over me in an instant. Looking around in a circle, I realized there was nowhere to run. The silhouettes began to slowly and tauntingly make their way towards me. Black lightning struck the ground near me, and deafening thunder ensued. As one of the silhouettes got closer, I realized I recognized the face. The face belonged to none other than my co-worker, Jerry, who had been assigned the graveyard shift just last week. His face was now incredibly disfigured and uncanny. I didn't believe he had any humanity left. Jerry belched out a roar and charged at me. I dodged the attack and was left breathless with fear. He roared once more, and this time successfully charged me, knocking me onto the floor. He bit my neck, and I instantly felt dazed. Immediately after, Jerry calmly got up and left, seeming sickeningly satisfied. I have been here for God knows how long. I didn't know what else to do, so I sat down and started typing this. My phone is still connected to the store Wi-Fi somehow, although it unfortunately doesn't have cellular service. They don't seem to want to hurt me anymore, they just want to watch. I looked at my phone camera and saw the disfigurement start. I think the end is near for me. I can slowly feel my humanity leaving me. I should have listened to the rules. Next story of this video. Posted by u/apple727. Night shift at John Hog Valley. Hi Colin. Thank you for accepting the night shift on such short notice. I really appreciate it. Our previous rangers had some difficulties during the night shift. But I can assure you that you will be getting a big bonus this Thanksgiving. Anyway, I know you only started a couple of months ago and the night shift is a bit more difficult than what you're probably used to, so let me give you some tips and ground rules so you can keep the park, and yourself, safe. 1. Once you clock in at 10 p.m., make sure to head towards the big tower north overlooking the whole forest. You'll be spending a large portion of your 8-hour shift there. Inside it'll have everything you need. Radio, clipboard, raincoat, flashlight, flare, anti-scent spray and the shotgun in the black case just next to your desk. Make sure to radio into your buddy, Jake. He'll be on the southern tower on the other side of the park. You and him will have a fair bit to do throughout the night. 2. Your primary job is to watch over the park, and keep the animals within safe. While it may get boring, do not fall asleep. You must remain alert at all times. If something were to happen while you were asleep, it could result in damages to the park, your immediate resignation, your buddy being put in danger, danger to anyone camping or hiking in the park, putting yourself in danger, death. 3. You may also feel hungry during this time, so we've given you some nutritious natural protein bars to snack on. Do not bring your own snacks. It will smell them. 4. Make sure to apply your anti-scent spray every hour. It will smell you otherwise. 5. If you see smoke at any time, just let your buddy know. You and him will keep an eye on it. It could just be some campers after all. If you see fire however, you will notify your buddy, he will notify the fire department. They will be there by morning. 6. Do not be alarmed by any distant screams you may during the night. Although it may seem humanoid, it's just the sound of the wilderness during the night. If the screams grow closer, you will grab your shotgun, turn off the lights and hide under your desk. Open fire at any sign of movement. It will be your only hope at survival. 7. If the power goes out at any time, you will just have notify your buddy and take a look at the generator about 1 kilometer down the trail. Make sure to grab your flashlight and, if it's raining, your raincoat. Although you will feel tempted to use the quad bike, do not. It will hear you. It will catch you. Take a walk instead. Make sure to follow the trail. Once at the generator, take a look at it. Can it be fixed? Or has it been ripped from the ground? If it is the former, there should be a toolbox attached. Fix it. If it is the latter, turn off your flashlight and quietly follow the trail back to the tower and repeat the last steps of Rule 6. 8. If you see your buddy's lights go out in his tower at any time, do not check up on him. Turn off the radio. It has already gotten him. 9. At 1 a.m. you and your buddy will need to check up on the areas of the fence line perimeter. Your buddy doing the northern area and you doing the southern. Normally you and your buddy would only have to check one area at 2 a.m. but our last 2 rangers unfortunately were unable to do so due to some unforeseen events. Report any damages done to the perimeter fence line on your clipboard we have so kindly provided. If your buddy has been taken you will have to check the northern area as well. If you manage to stumble across fresh blood, turn off your flashlight and quietly go the other way. It is in the area, and it may already know you're there. Ignore any movement you may notice in your peripheral vision and walk faster. You will have a small chance of survival. Make sure to get back to the tower by 4 a.m. It is most active during the final parts of the night. 10. It cannot be stopped during this time, so turn off the lights. If you hear any movement nearby you will turn off the radio, grab your shotgun and hide under your desk. It isn't much, but if you stay silent and perfectly still, you may have a slim chance. Whatever you do, do not look at it. It can sense your gaze. If you are completely sure it is gone, you may come out from your desk and turn on the radio. 11. If you smell burnt pork during this time it knows you're there. Leave your tower immediately and run to the southern tower. If you have somehow made it to the southern tower, repeat Rule 6. If your buddy is still alive, use him as bait. His sacrifice will keep yourself alive. 12. Once it is 6 a.m. you will have completed your shift. You are free to go home. There will be a park ranger to take over after you, so no need to worry. Let your buddy know over radio, or by using your flare. 13. You will not talk about what you do at this park during the night shift. failure to follow this rule will result in jail time and potentially death. Once again, I just want to thank you for accepting the night shift here. I'm sure you'll grow to enjoy it. Thanks and kind regards. Mary Smith, Head Ranger of John Hog Valley.